I told you.
I'm on fucking vacation!
Alrighty guys, today we're talking about Nobody 2. The Bob Odenkirk sequel is back, and he is playing Hutch again. And let me just say right up front, I love this movie. I honestly think that I might have loved it more than the original one. So with that, let's break it down. So if you don't remember the first one, which is fair because it's been, 4 years, the gist is that Hutch pissed off a whole lot of bad people. He burned the villain's money, took out their operation, and kind of walked away at peace with his family. But in Nobody 2, the past is kind of catching up on him, basically, Hutch has been paying off that massive debt for the chaos that he caused in the first movie. And we're talking millions. And to cover it, he's been running jobs, assassinations, thefts, high-risk missions. One might give him $100,000, another might be $1 million. But it's a slow grind. Years of this have taken a toll, and Hutch realized that he's missing out on his real life. His wife feels distant again like the first film. His son's playing football, for example, and Hutch isn't even around when he gets hurt. And you can just feel that emptiness. So Hutch decides, screw it, it's time for a break. And where does he go? Plummerville, the old childhood town that Christopher Lloyd's character used to take Hutch and his brother, played by RZA. And in this movie, let's just say that is a fun time. Did not expect it to be as fun as it was. And so, of course, it wouldn't be an action movie if this little family trip stayed peaceful. In Plummerville, Hutch uncovers corruption, dirty cops, shady politics, conspiracies, all wrapped into one ring tied by a woman who is running this town. And actually, Hutch gets tangled up in it, and long story short, he has to take her down. And it's kind of cliche setup. You got a corrupt town, you got a family man underestimated, but he actually is badass, steps in. And I feel like it works, though. The reason it works is because Bob Odenkirk. He's just so believable in this role that you buy into every inch and every moment of tension that he is in. What I really love about Nobody 2 is the tone. It's basically Hutch on vacation meets Roadhouse and John Wick. So it's kind of like that vacation vibe. And everyone around him thinks that he is just a random family man, but we know that he's an absolute force. And that dynamic is so much fun to watch. For example, that boat fight scene that we got from the trailer, you've got all these cocky bad guys talking about how they're going to handle Hutch. And then, of course, he just wipes the floor with them. And no matter how many action movies you watch, that trope never gets old. Watching, the underestimated guy just destroy everyone is always, and I mean always, satisfying. One thing I noticed compared to the first Nobody film is that this movie doesn't waste time. The first film had a slower build, of course, because you're learning who Hutch is, seeing him get back into the game, and early on he even takes some beatings. But in Nobody 2, he's kind of just sharp and precise, fully back into business because he's been doing this for a few years, and he's basically John Wick level now. Not fully, clearly, but honestly I kind of prefer it because it just kind of feels earned. The pacing is relentless. The movie starts strong and keeps his foot on the gas all the way through. Bob Odenkirk is still phenomenal in this role. He balances that everyman charm with this lethal edge so well. Christopher Lloyd once again is hilarious and badass as Hutch's dad. RZA has a straight up awesome sword fight that had me grinning like an idiot. Stuff like that is why I love these movies, because it's just pure action fun. Now, it's not perfect. The villain, the woman running the town, starts out intriguing, but when she finally comes into play, it's very by the numbers, cliche, predictable, kind of boring. And she works as an obstacle, clearly, but definitely not as a memorable protagonist or antagonist. But honestly, that's the only real knock that I have for this movie. You're not here for groundbreaking screenwriting or memorable villains, something like that. You're here for Bob Odenkirk whooping ass and his family. And the movie delivers in that aspect in spades. Now, I got a quick little side story, though. When I went to see this, the theater was completely empty. And I'm talking nobody there. And then right as the movie starts, you got two sets of people coming. You got a couple above us. And then you had two Indian gentlemen walk in. And keep in mind, the theater is empty. They could have sat anywhere. And what did they do? They sit right in front of me. And man, they talked through the whole movie. At one point, one guy got up and the other dude ended up yelling in the theater, like straight up just yelling. He's like, give me some more butter on that thing. And I'm like, what the fuck? And in the theater, I was sitting there thinking, like, what are we doing? Normally that stuff ends up actually annoying the hell out of me, but honestly, with this movie and the mood that I was in, it was just so ridiculous that I couldn't even be mad. I was just kind of laughing at how dumb that was. They kind of quieted down in the movie, but I just thought the initial 30 minutes they were in the movie was the stupidest thing ever, and actually kind of added to that experience. Just kind of want to add that on there because, like, dude's all the way down here. You could have told him before he got up. He's just, like, screaming. But Nobody 2 isn't going to win any Oscars, but that's not what it's trying to do. It's not pretending to be prestige cinema. It's just a badass action flick that you and your buddy, for example, like those gentlemen, wanted to come see. It delivered exactly what I wanted. The action is amazing, the performances are fun as hell, and the pacing is way better than the first one. The only weak link, like I said, is the villain. But I don't even really care because the movie is just entertaining as that. And so with that, I'm going to give Nobody 2 a strong 9 out of 10. If you are an action movie fan, it's a must-see. If you love the first one, I think that you'll enjoy this even more. And if you just want a good time at the movies, this one hits the spot. So with that, comment down below, let me know your thoughts on this movie. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you like it better than the first one? Did you like the first one better than this one? If so, what are your reasons why? And with that, like, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.